I once, when I was traveling, there was this woman who came, and she was reluctant to see me, but her partner wanted her to see me. So she said, okay, I'll go meet. And she came, and as soon as she sat down, within the first 2 minutes, she started crying. She started crying profusely. And she said, I'm sorry, but I don't know why I'm crying, she said. She said, I don't know why I'm crying. I said, you don't know why you're crying? She said, no, I really don't know why I'm crying, but I can't stop crying. And I said, you're crying because today you're sitting in front of somebody who has absolutely no expectations from you, and whose acceptance of you is unconditional. So today, you're experiencing unconditional love. All your life, to have that love, you've had to be a certain way. Somebody wanted you to behave a certain way, be a certain way, think a certain way, do certain things. But today, you can just be yourself. And that's why you're crying. And then she cried even more. And then she stopped a little while later. And then she laughed just like you. That's how life should be. Whatever it is doesn't last. You know the word bliss, then you have the word happiness. The word happiness has an opposite, sorrow. Light has an opposite, darkness. Pain has an opposite, comfort. But bliss has no opposite. There is no opposite of the word bliss. आनंद का कोई विपरीत शब्द नहीं. Because bliss is when you rise above this duality of hot, cold, good, bad, right, wrong, moral, immoral. When you rise above this, that's when you experience bliss. And in bliss, everything appears right. Everything appears moral. Everything appears comfortable. That's the definition of bliss. And it's this bliss that the scriptures, the Vedas, or meditation, or bhakti, devotion, leads an individual to. They lead one to that ocean of bliss. Everybody's on the threshold, but they don't know how to get in. They're trying to open the door, but the door is already open. There's too much emphasis on unlocking the door. The door is actually already unlocked, and that's why you can never find a lock to unlock. You just have to drop, and the door will push itself open, and then you can just slide in. You can walk into a room that's dark and hold a little lamp in your palms. And when you open your palms, the whole room is lit. A dark room becomes well lit, illuminated. But you can't do the reverse. You cannot walk into a room that's well lit, holding a bit of darkness in your palms, and say, I'm going to make the room dark. When you open your palms, your hands, the darkness dissipates. So bliss is a natural state of every single living entity. Every single living entity on this planet and in the whole of the creation. That's why when we are able to sleep, we are in bliss. Only that we are not aware of that bliss. But because in sleep, we forget about all definitions, all labels. Nobody says, I'm a mother who's sleeping, or I'm a father, or I'm a rich man, or I'm a poor person, or I'm this or I'm that, or this is good, this is bad. We forget everything that's been taught to us. And when we do that, we experience that peace. Experiencing that peace with awareness is samadhi. You rise above conditioning, and no more labels, no more definitions, no more conditioning, no more good, bad, right, wrong, moral, immoral, hot, cold, none of that. Shitoshna sukh dukheshu tatha manapamanyo. Whether you are in heat or cold, whether somebody is singing your glories or swearing at you, whether you are in among friends or among your enemies, mitra vivaksho, you remain even. Nothing moves you. That state, nothing shakes your state of bliss. And that is really samadhi. Atmaneva atmanatishta sthit pragyasta tuchyate. Within you there is an ocean, Krishna says. And the one who's able to dive in that ocean and remain contented in that ocean is a true samadhist, a true yogi. That person has really attained samadhi. Everybody else has a lot of things they want from the world externally. Whether that's recognition, fame, name, anything, attention. But once you're inside, then you have a whole universe. It's called the microcosm, Pindant. And that's macrocosm, Brahmand. We are an exact replica of the universe. Everything that is out there is also in here. And by definition, all pleasures that exist out there also exist in here. And a true yogi aims for these pleasures, because in front of the pleasures of the inner world, the outer world are just like a firefly in front of a sun. Svatvananda lavibhut brahmadinanda santati. In fact, it's said exactly like this in the scripture. In front of the joy, the bliss, the pleasure you have in your inner world, all external pleasures are like a firefly in front of a million suns. Hence, when we are in satsang, for a moment we forget about everything. And we feel and experience that peace and bliss.